Facts reported by the Committee on Public Enterprises on several institutions was the point of discussion at the media briefing convened by the People's Liberation Front of the JVP today. The briefing was chaired by party leader Anura Kumara. Rakna Lanka Limited had invested a sum of 1,01,400 rupees in various sectors. None of them are legit investments. They have not obtained the required permission from the Treasury. They have not obtained permission from the respective ministry. State funds have been misappropriated. Until 2014, Avantgarde has inked 6 agreements with Rakna Lanka Limited. The first report, COPE, clearly indicates that these agreements are not legitimate. In this backdrop, the government, claiming to have good governance, enters into another agreement in October 2015. According to that, a sum of 1,255 rupees owed by Avantgarde to Rakna Lanka Limited has been waived off.
Avantgarde Samagam within give you to Dasalak the Desia Panaspaha Kapahari. The Das Pahala Winakota Mokatami Samagam
Come 2015, what happened to this airline? Fixed assets of the airline valued at 28 billion dropped to 24 billion. The current assets depleted. There's an arrears of 74 billion rupees. It is an institution that is in debt of 62 billion. If the airline is to be sold, once sold, another 62 billion rupees need to be paid to the buyer. That is how it will be even. The hedging deal created a loss of 10.2 billion rupees. The fee of the case alone was 975 million. The hedging and case fee burden falls on the petrol and diesel users by the innocent people. Central Bank of Sri Lanka and Lanka Development Bank. Recently, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka had spent $6.2 million to purchase a building in New York. Another 122 million had been spent to purchase a building in Brazil. Is the Central Bank a real estate agent? 1.396 billion rupees had been spent on international advisory companies. In addition, there was a condition imposed on the Lanka Development Bank. It was that they cannot grant loans exceeding 20 million rupees. Here is the list. 470 million for Beton and 250 million for TriStar. 130 million rupees was given to HVA Lanka Exports Private Limited. 129 million rupees was given for Navaloka Polysax Limited. 100 million rupees for PT Limited. Who are they? These are companies that are the associates of politicians. The Lanka Development Bank had granted loans exceeding its 20 million rupee limit. As rules, they are meant to give loans to associates in the past. The current administration is also granting loans to associates. The role of COPE is to report matters to Parliament. The cabinet chaired by the President is vested with the role of implementation. A new culture is on the rise. Under that, when the looted property is confiscated, the thief is released. There is a 28-acre land and a mansion in Malvana. There are no owners for this land. The land is taken over by the state. Those involved are free. Around 1 acre has been purchased in Brownhill, Mathura. How is it purchased? Rather than probing into that, the land is taken over. The person involved is free. The bond issue of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka led the government into a controversy. The government changes the government. The transaction goes under. This cannot happen. A thief breaks into a house and steals the television. When the thief is nabbed, he says he will return the television and go home. If this is the case, over 90% of those in prison could be released. Therefore, corrupt persons must not be allowed to roam free through property being taken over by the state and matters being swept under the carpet.
මෙම දේපල පවරා ගැනීම හරහා මෙම වංචා දූෂිතයන්ට යටපත් වීමට නිදැල්ලේ කටයුතු කිරීමට ඉඩකඩ ලබා නොදී